When you get a cancer diagnosis, a lot of people, myself included, you go into a state of almost post-traumatic stress syndrome. You're not thinking clearly, you're stressed beyond belief. And those are the moments that you're asked, what are you going to do to heal your body? That's a scary time. We live in a very fast-paced society. Medicine is fast track. You get on the conventional medical route and you're asked to make decisions very quickly and to do things very quickly. Well, those decisions you're asked to make very quickly could impact your whole life, your longevity. To empower yourself to get into health is to pause. We're not taught to pause. Slow down is probably one of the most challenging things to do to heal. We want to do something quick. We want to get it out of our system. We want to get healthy. We want quick, quick, quick. Healing is not quick, quick, quick. Healing, it requires us to slow down and rest our body and calm our minds. And there's a process to slowing down. I remember two things. I remember the day they were first suspicious about my lump. And I thought I was asked to come back. I was asked to wait. And they said, oh, that's just normal. Well, it wasn't normal after that because I was brought into a room. And the next thing I know, the radiologist is sitting in the room. A nurse manager is sitting in the room. And shortly after, a social worker appears. From that point on, you know nothing is normal again, ever in your life. Your psyche is changed forever when you get a cancer diagnosis. They feed you cookies and coffee, two things we shouldn't even be eating, and tell you that it's a suspicious lump. That was the first day. That was the shock of my life. And the second day is after they confirm that it's cancer, another visit. You're met with a team that comes down. It feels like a sales team. Sitting across from you is your breast surgeon, an oncologist, a radiologist, and a social worker. I did bring a friend with me who took notes because there's a lot of technical information. That nothing about that team felt healing. It felt frightening and scary. And there was nothing about that team that taught me that I needed to slow down and pause and make the choices I ended up making. I agreed to do the lumpectomy based on the research on my stage of cancer. Then I spent 3 weeks walking Cranes Beach, crying every morning, going within to ask my wisdom, what am I supposed to do here? I read a book by Suzanne Summers called Knockout. It was an interview with 17, 18 doctors, MDs, and on page, don't remember the page, came across, and that day, it was very important about this, that day I walked Cranes Beach, I sat on a blanket and I said, I'm not doing the radiation. There's nothing in my body, soul, mind telling me to do this right now. I sat on the beach and pulled up her book, which I never read on the beach, and I opened that page, and this particular doctor said, she asked him, what would you tell a woman diagnosed with breast cancer? And the doctor said, if it's early stage, I would tell her to get the lump removed, decline radiation, change her diet, and do nothing else. And that's what I did. Part of the book is my story, but it's written with the vulnerability of someone newly diagnosed through the journey of recreating my life, but also with coaching tips. I wanted people to understand, use some of the wisdom I knew as a coach and as a patient. That makes it very different. I also knew as a journalist that it was really important to add research to this book because we're going to hear more and more about people declining treatments. We're going to hear a lot more about alternative medicine. We're going to hear a lot more about East meets West and how these two frontiers can come together. But when you're in the medical system, you're not given all those alternatives. When we're with like-minded people holding an intention of health, we have a much greater likelihood of keeping a healthy mindset. Teaching people how to get into those environments and to stay in that healthy mindset is my passion. I've lived through every single healing modality I share in the book, but I didn't want it just to be my journey. I interviewed the experts, the healers, and the patients. What did they get out of those programs? Why does it work? Why, when we align with like-minded energy, are we able to raise our vibration to heal? How do we empower ourselves to stay in a healthy state? It's really hard to stay in that state alone. We need resources. We need the support of one another. Where do you go to get that support? I really wanted to share those resources in the book, and also to let people know of all the different healing modalities. Conventional medicine is needed. We need it for the diagnosis, but there are many other ways we can heal our bodies.